Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today is gonna be kind of something a little bit different. You're not seeing like stuff that I've drawn. It's actually a base edit that like 6 base edits I've done. They're very simple, very clean cut, whatever bases it is. So yeah, basically I have a little instructions on what to say written down, and so if this sounds very like just because I'm trying the best I can to explain the best I can in a way that doesn't seem harsh or like I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I do know what I talk about. Sometimes I just have brain farts when I talk too much about one subject for too long. Anyways, since I have limited time to talk, let's get this on. So, why you should credit base artists? Well, helps others find their art and base edits they create, not to mention the bases you used that someone else would want to use. Without credit, the artist won't be getting credit they deserve. Most artists end up removing and stopping doing base edits if they are not credited, meaning less bases that you love to use. It shows your support for the artist. It's rude to not credit an artist who took hours to make that base for you to use. And not to mention that the fact of the matter is, it's free to use. If they wanted to, they could have made it pay to use. So you're kind of, you know what, the fact of the matter, you're kind of lucky that you get to use this base for free, you know? So it's like you should be nice and read their rules and follow the rules that they have for their bases. Okay. How to remember an artist or a base you used so you can credit the artist when uploading. Saving the base on DeviantArt to a folder name bases, making a Google Doc, linking and putting the artist name down, basically, making a note or doc on your computer, or even like doing like a sticky note kind of like thing that works too. When saying the bases you do base. So basically, when you're saying the base, you save the file name as basically base by, and then you put the artist name after it, so you remember the base. So if you ever forget it, you can always go back to the file, read the name, search up that name, and you should be able to find either the base, or if you can't find the base, you can at least share who the artist was who made the base. If you forgot an artist or where you got a base, don't use the base until you got the credit. Ask friends or on groups, they can help find a base and artist. Ways to credit an artist. I can try to put it on screen if I remember. Basically, you could do base maker and then dash username, which the username meaning obviously their username that they use on whatever website they use. Base by username on website name. So basically, if you understand that, base by, then the username that they go by, and then on, and then the website that they use, basically. Base, and then I can't think of what those little two little dots, basically, and then you can do the link to the base. You can find the base here, and then do the link after that with the little dots again. Base by, little dots, username, and base here, which I'll try to put it on screen so you can better have a visual understanding what I mean, etc. So you basically get what I mean, you know. I do have a little diagram, basically. It's pretty much the rest of the video after I finish saying this, so it is the best way I can explain how to show it on how I credit on Toy House or on DeviantArt and so forth. So hopefully that helps you in any way. Never forget to link or credit the base maker's name. They spent hours making a base for thousands of people, and one person not crediting can lead that artist to delete and removing their bases and stopping making them. Don't be rude. Don't be rude to base makers. Stop disrespecting them just because you can't remember their name or the base, or because you're too lazy to link and put their name. they're humans like you, and I'm sure if you had the talent and time and effort put in just like them, you would feel the same. If not, you must not understand how every base artist requests to be credited then. Even if they don't, it's still a nice and respectful thing to do. Don't want to be yelled at for not mentioning or linking the base or artist, then stop using the bases without credit. Or stop using bases in total. It's not cool. Basically, like, I just wanted to sit in there, like, it is, like, if you don't like being yelled at, you just, you know, maybe stop doing what you're doing and follow and listen to what people are saying, because what you are doing is hurtful, and if you don't want to hurt anybody, then you should know what to do to prevent hurting for anybody, you know? Saying I used a base isn't credit. Saying nothing at all is also taking credit that you completely made the work yourself and is beware worthy. And if you do credit bases, you're amazing, you're beautiful, and you deserve respect back. Because I am thankful for the people who do credit people who do use these bases, because it shows that you care for the people who put hours into making these bases and allowing people to even like letting people do commissions on these bases and make adopts on these bases. People don't need to make bases. That's the thing you gotta remember. It's a luxury that people are even making bases for you to even use and to be able to profit off of, because some artists don't allow that. And if you can find an artist who does make bases that are for free to use and you can make adopts off of it and get profit off of it, even if you can use them for commissions, that's just a fucking luxury, and you should be lucky and thankful and at least credit them back, because you know, it's just a nice way to show that you care and you want that artist to continue to make more bases so you can continue to use them. So hopefully you understand. Sorry if I sounded a little bit like a robot, because I'm not very good at reading stuff off my phone and not sounding like a robot. And I hopefully what I said never became offensive. I'm sure someone will come across this video and probably be like, oh, that is offensive, because I can't stop what people feel and how they feel. Yeah, so if you did like this video and you want to see more, please like the video and please subscribe to see more content like this, because I am really trying here. And also, I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of the video. Love you, my warriors. Goodbye. Basically, the best way to describe on how to, like, depending on the way that you're uploading the art or whatever to wherever you're uploading it to. If you're uploading it to Toy House, and depending on the situation, like if you're uploading it through submitting a new character, or if you're gonna go to the actual character's current profile and clicking managed images and then upload image, basically when you're uploading the image, for me, I would click there, ignore that, just not one of my other characters. Okay, so here's all six base edits that I did. I will upload them one by one, basically. So I'll start with this one. So basically what I would do after I have selected the image and the thumbnail, whatever, you can change the thumbnail if you need to, whatever. Like, that's besides the point. If you wanted to make the thumbnail look like that, I prefer keeping them full, because it's like, I want people to know what the image looks like. Some people maybe not, but for me, it's just what I like to do, you know? I see most people crediting right here in the caption box, which, don't get me wrong, you're still crediting, which is nice, but it's still like, it's not, in my opinion, the best way to credit on Toy House, at least. And I feel like a lot of people are unaware that this over here, the artist credits, is an actual thing. So basically, what I do for base edits, let me explain something else real quick. For normal art, whatever, so basically if this piece of art right here was completely by me, I wouldn't touch this. I would just leave this as is. If the art was by someone else, I would put either, if they have a toy house, I would erase this and put their name, or if they're not on Toy House and they have a Facebook or a FB like the base here, or they have an actual Facebook, whatever. If they have a Facebook, then you would just link the artist. What I usually do if they don't have a Toy House and you have to do it this way, usually I would link it. So for base reason wise, if it's just art that you didn't do at all, then you would just link, like you could get the link, which I have the link here. I'd paste the link in, and then I'd find their name, which is Demon Puss. So I would type the name Demon Puss right there. That's the way. So when the image uploads, which I can show you off of another base edit profile, whatever I did. I'm sure I got one in here. Base, that does not help. This one. It's a little loud, but anyways. So see, like when I uploaded it through myself, I kept, like, I'm going to show you how to do this basically, but like for here it says base, but usually like what I'm doing here is like I've been trying to do more where I put the name of the artist and then the link out to the base, or like the base and then putting, you know, the artist name or putting base. But in my opinion, this is pretty good, you know. It's better than how I've been normally uploading. But yeah, so like if this was not a base edit that I did, if it was just art from someone else, putting the artist's profile, whatever, here, their name, and then if you wanted to, you can add credit like this. Like you can do a custom and type in what you wanted, or because I can't do that now, you can select sketch, lines, color, background, base, doll maker. Basically, you can keep adding more and more. It's just to show it's to help credit people, you know. So like if you had like two people who collabed on one piece of art and someone did a sketch and someone colored or someone lined, whatever, you can actually do the whole proper like crediting, whatever. So you could put who sketched, put who lined, and put who colored. Now if I did a collab with someone and that person did a sketch and lines, I would probably do I'd probably do custom and just put in right here sketch and lines. But if they only did like sketching and you only did the lines, then you just have to select that one. For bases, usually I select that one, which since that one was a base, that's what I would do. Anyways, so basically, because this one is a base that I'm uploading and I colored it, whatever, the lines were there, I just added my own lines and colored it myself. So it's easier to just leave the first one with my name and then going in here, and usually I would just click color because I did color it, that's what I normally do. But since I kind of clicked custom, I don't get the little arrow to drop down, so I'm just gonna type in color. Okay. For crediting the base, I do offsite artist, and then you could either link the artist. So like if you wanted to open this up, you could just like grab this link, go back to this link, post it. I would normally title it Demon Puss and then putting base. That way it will show up just like this one image that I have here, where it has, you know, you'll see it after I put all the information. But since I prefer linking the actual base, where I got the base from, basically, like, you know, I just copied this link, or sometimes they usually have a link down below, but I'm trying to use the new DeviantArt, so I'm not sure 100% how that works. But yeah, usually in Eclipse, or not Eclipse, but the opposite version, the old DeviantArt, you can usually just get this link, and that works too. But this link works perfectly fine as well. So you would just grab that link. I would link it there. I would type in the artist name, and then I would also do a base. So then that's all. And I would continue to do this for other artists. And also, like, if you notice the name that I named this, I named it Bellana 1 Demon Puss, because I have 6 of the same things. So I just named it. I put the first name as the character, and then I put a number on, so I can like have multiple files named very similar names, right? But I put the artist, or the base artist's name, in the file name, so I knew if I would forget who the base edit was by, I could see the name in the file right here, or look back in my actual file system and see, oh, it's by them. Then I can go to DeviantArt or Google and search up their name and find their account, if they have a DeviantArt or if they have an Instagram, or what the case may be. Then I can track down the base and actually properly link the base. And if I can't find the base, because some artists do delete the bases because people don't credit. But if you can't find the base editor at all, but you can find the account, the best option is to link the account. Now, if you can't find the actual artist's profile for some reason, but you have their name, my best next option would either be, usually if you have their name, usually you should find out their account. But like, let's just say you can't. I would just link the homepage for DeviantArt, or the homepage for Toy House, right here, and then put the artist's name right there, and then maybe do the custom thing and type in, like, the link does not take you to the artist, you know, so people are aware, so they're not clicking and being like, where's it, what, like, you know. It's honestly, it just looks better. It's much cleaner. You don't have like this filled up with a whole bunch of information. This is there for a reason. It's there for you to credit base edits and artists and so forth. So I will upload this. I'm having issues with the whole watermark, so if you want to add a watermark, you know what to do, you know. If you don't, I do plan on making a video on fully how I upload my characters, how I do my profiles for my characters, so forth. So if you wanna see me make that video, just thumbs up the video and let me know. So there's one. Wait, actually, before I go on to the next step, I wanted to show you. See, this is how it shows up. So my name is tagged for the coloring, so people are aware that I'm the one that colored. If someone else, like if I commissioned someone else to do a base edit, I would put their name and then color. I'd put the base owner's link, how I showed you, and then base, so people know, like, hey, that's the base. This is the person who colored it, you know. And then you don't have like this details right here, all messy. Right here, it's simple, it's clean, it's there for a reason. So I'm gonna go on, and I will continue to upload these. I'll record it while I'm uploading them, so you can see the full effect, whatever. Now, I did upload them all, so you see how I uploaded them, and so hopefully you can take this knowledge to better, in my opinion, probably credit artists, at least on Toy House and other sites. just a quick like show, like to get these into like the like orders that I have them in. I just select them all and then I scroll down. I can't scroll here. Okay. I scroll down to move to tab and then I'm putting them in full bodies and updating the tab. That will move them down so when I click over here, they're not popping up here and they're like in this category of photos, as you can see. Okay, so off to the next step, which would basically be uploading on DeviantArt or Facebook or wherever the case may be. Like, I'm not gonna upload them all because I haven't been uploading on DeviantArt. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna stay uploading on DeviantArt, but that's besides the point. Now, if you're not sure how to upload on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, DeviantArt, for Affinity, all sites have a little, like, they may all be different. Like, Facebook, okay, so Facebook has, like, it's kind of different, you know, like for Affinity and DeviantArt have like this little title place where you can like put information, right? But Twitter and Facebook have like more this kind of like posting section, right? Instagram has more of this, which is similar but different. You know, like you could put the information in there. So, but basically, like for like doing the base crediting on these type of sites, like you don't have like the artist credits, right? Like Toy House does. So on these sites, basically how I normally would, you don't have to take what I do for whatever, you know. How you don't have to do it exactly how I do it, but I did describe before. I haven't did that voiceover yet, but I did describe before that other ways to basically credit. You know, all you have to do is basically state the art, like the artist name, like the basis by this artist or basis by whatever. This is how I normally do it. So normally I will do base and then I will link the base, or sometimes I like to do both because, you know, just in case if they deleted the base, there's this second option. So base artist, and then I would go in and let me get the link, which I would go to their profile, get the link, and then come here and paste it, and then continue with your post. Or you could do the post above it, so you know you have all your information right here, right? There. So you have all your information there, and then at the bottom of the post, that's where you have like the base credits and or the base artist credits. So this works out for Facebook, like it works out on any post that has like a caption area, but I just want to make sure it's clear because maybe someone will come across this video and be like, that does not make any sense. I'm trying my best I can to explain the best I can. So you go do the save, you can credit the base at the top, and then do your information below. Or you could do, and then the base credits below, and that works the same on Twitter. On Instagram, it's the same thing, you know. You put your info. Normally what I see on Instagram is usually they put info top and then the base credits below. Of course it makes it harder to see because, I mean, I'm doing it through a little application thingy, so it's a little harder, you know. Like I can just easily paste. You might be on mobile. On mobile, it's a little bit more tricky. You actually have to go like get the links and go back to the app, and it's a little tedious. But if it helps for you, maybe doing something like asking a friend if they're okay with you sending a link or whatever, the case may be, so you can go on your computer, get the links, and then send the messages to your friend, and then copy it, and then paste it right. I've also seen people do the base edits first, and then info underneath, you know. It's all a matter of how you want to do it, as long as the matter of the fact is, as long as it's stated in your post that, like, a link to the base stating like the base is here, or base artist, or base by, and then the artist name. And usually this is kind of like a personal preference, but I find it best to make sure people are aware when you're like saying just the artist name and not the base. Like if you're gonna do like the bases by artist's name, that's still crediting. You can just do that. I like to go the step further and do basically, I'll type it out here, base by, let's just say me, because I do have some bases. So base by Millie Dot on DA, you know, that's where you got your bases from, so you would say at DA. Normally people just do base by, but at least stating like what site the artist is on helps people understand where they can look. But you don't need to add that information in. It's definitely helpful for people like me who are unsure where to find this artist. Sometimes you Google their name and it doesn't pop up at all, you know. Things happen. It's what you can do, you know. Yeah.